So very, very similar to what it sounds like in English. And he says, que me puede. So this que in this sense is that, right? It's not what, it's that. So, porque tú eres la mujer que me puede curar mi cáncer de amor. So because you are the woman that can cure me, okay? Me puede curar is can cure me. Mi cáncer de amor. Okay, so first he said Medicina de Amor, and now he's saying cáncer de amor. And this cáncer is just the word cancer, and it's used just like we do in English to mean, an illness. It also is used like the zodiac sign Cancer, but that's not what he's referring to here. So mi cáncer de amor, he's saying that this, you're the only woman that can cure the damage really, or the sickness of love. So he's in one way referring to love as a medicine, but also referring to it as the cure, right? So it's really kind of interesting the way he says that. But anyway, that's pretty much the chorus. He's telling this woman that she's the one that can fix what's ailing him, all right? And we already saw a few uses of the preposition de in that part. So now let's look at the first verse. He starts up asking a question. ¿Qué tan mal me porté mi corazón que me tiene tanto rencor y me ve muriendo por culpa de tu amor? So this question really means how bad did I behave? So, ¿qué tan mal me porté? So, ¿qué tan mal is asking the question like how bad? Like, was it really that bad? ¿Qué tan mal me porté? Okay, so this me porté comes from the verb portarse. And portarse is really interesting. It's a reflexive verb, and it's really talking about how you are acting towards yourself or how you're behaving. So anytime you see portarse, think about it as how you conduct yourself, how you're acting, or we could simply just say how you behave. So he's asking the question, ¿Qué tan mal me porté? So it's in the past tense, me porté. How bad did I behave, mi corazón, which literally is my heart, but it's like my darling or sweetheart. He's talking to the woman now. He's like, look, what did I do that was so wrong? Que me tiene tanto rencor. Que me tiene tanto rencor. So again, this que, the second que is actually that. So you went from que tan mal in the question, right, where he's asking how badly did I behave, to que, meaning that, so that you have such bitterness towards me, such resentment. So this me tiene tanto rencor. So tanto is like, so much. You not only that you have a grudge, but you have so much bitterness and resentment towards me. So what did I do that was so bad is really the question he's asking. And this word rencor, it can be translated as a grudge, but it also can mean resentment or spite. So basically, you have a bone to pick with this person, right? You have something you're holding against them for something they did to you. Y me ve muriendo por culpa de tu amor. Now this y me ve muriendo. Now this is interesting. So y is end, right? That's the easy part. And he says, me ve muriendo. So this is coming from the verb morirse, which is to die. But it's a little bit different because he has the verb ir in between, right? So it's not just morirse, it's ir morirse. So he's slowly dying, right? So he's saying, that I am going through this process that feels excruciating almost because it's a gradual process. He's not saying I died today, right? He's saying, y me ve muriendo. So like he's in the process of slowly dying. Por culpa de tu amor. So por culpa means like it's because of you, right? It's you're to blame for this. So it's your fault. So culpa is fault. And he's saying por culpa de tu amor. Now this de means of again, right? So it's because of your love, or it's your love's fault, right? Por culpa de tu amor. That is why I am slowly dying. Right? So he's asking a lot of this woman, right? So then he goes on to say, after this, and the chorus repeats, and then there's another verse. Otro año pasó, muriendo voy. So another year passed, otro año pasó, muriendo voy. So I'm still dying. It's killing him. Basically, that's what he's saying. You're killing me right now. No lo olvides mi corazón. No lo olvides mi corazón. So don't forget my sweetheart. Que me puedes curar dándome tu amor, que me puedes curar, that you can cure me, dándome, giving me, tu amor. Now, in the next verse of the song, this is where we're going to see the use of the future tense. And again, this is going to be the first person future. So I'm going to read it to you. I want you to pay attention to see if you hear it, and then I'll break it down and show you exactly where he uses the future tense. Si me deja morir mi corazón, no lo olvides mi corazón, que te curaré y te guiaré. Donde vayas, mi amor, te guiaré, porque no guardo rencor. En mi corazón, tu recuerdo de amor me llevaré y con él me consolaré. Y quizás, mi amor, feliz seré. So how many of those future tense verbs did you catch? All right, so I'm going to go over them first, and then I'm going to break down the meaning, okay? So he says, curaré, which is I will cure. All right, and that's again the future tense in the first person yo form of the verb curar. So it's the same verb we've already heard earlier in the song, but now it's in a different form. Curaré, I will cure. Guiaré, I will guide. So again, anytime you hear at the end of the word, then you know it is the first person. Llevaré. I will take. Consolaré. I will console. And then the last use of the future tense in the song is seré. Which is the verb ser, which, you know, even though the verb ser is pretty irregular in most other tenses, in the future tense, ser is actually a regular verb. So he says, seré, I will be. So I wonder if you caught some of those. And again, the pronunciation does sound a little different when we go into the future tense. But if you listen more and more, you will start to hear that pattern. So let's talk about the meaning of this last part of the song. Si me deja morir mi corazón. So we have the verb morir again. So if you leave me to die, or if you let me die. So remember before he was saying he's been slowly dying. He's continuing to die year after year. And now he's saying, look, if you let me die, no lo olvides mi corazón. Don't forget it, my sweetheart. Que te curaré, that I will cure you, y te guiaré, and I will guide you. Donde vayas, mi amor, wherever you go, my love, te guiaré, I will guide you, porque no guardo rencor. So we have rencor again. So he's saying no guardo rencor. So I don't save, or I don't hold grudges. So he doesn't hold on to any bitterness or resentment towards her. En mi corazón. So in my heart. So now he's literally saying in my heart, and not just mi corazón when he was referring to her as a sweetheart. So he's saying I literally